Alright, this is going to be a quick little video on how to make your tracks sound better, especially if they've been transposed. Okay, so tonight we played the song You Came Lazarus in the key of F, which is 5 steps above where it originally is. Okay, so it was very high. We had to transpose the tracks up. We sang this in the girl key. So one thing that happens when you transpose these tracks up is the sound of it just changes because if you have a really piercing sound on the strings like a violin or something, it might not sound bad in C, but all of a sudden you bring it up into a higher register, it might be a little bit more piercing on the ears. So one thing that we can do to combat that is plain and simple, and I'll play this track here real quick. I'm going to transpose these all up 5 steps. One thing that we can do.
1.
So here's a song.
1, 2, 3, 4.
See, like that pad sound at the beginning sounds really, really harsh to me. It's very high. I'm going to solo it here so we can hear it. It's very high. Just kind of annoying, honestly. And then when we get later on into the chorus, like those strings are really high and can be really annoying. So one thing that we can do really easily is take, instead of transposing this up 5 steps, you can transpose it down 7. I know it's a long way to go transposing wise,
2,
but listen to the difference here. I'm just going to solo
1,
that pad.
2, 3,
we'll take a
4.
listen. See how much better that sounds already? It just sits really nicely. Female vocal would come in over the top of that and just be able to cut through that pad a lot easier. It wouldn't be so annoying. So that sounds a lot better already to me. Then getting into the chorus, here's those strings. Okay, there they are. Kind of annoying. So one thing, a lot of times the sound guy will say, hey, that part's really annoying, I'm not turning the tracks up because of that particular part. So what we can do is we can take out some of the annoyingness of it. So if you're on this view and you hit Shift Tab, it'll say drop audio effects here, and you can click this little arrow to get a bunch of audio effects. So you can click on audio effects right here, and we're going to pull in an EQ8. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and click play on this,
2.
and you'll see here this shows up with the different frequencies, like basically how much low end do you have, how much mids do you have, how much high do you have. Okay.
Interlude.
So here is that strings part. You can see there's quite a bit of high end up in here. It's sitting pretty high up in the mids too, but there's a lot of high end. So I'm going to take this little dot, I'm just going to drag it down. You can hear already, I mean, even just that small little change makes those strings sound a lot warmer, a lot nicer. So if that's the sound you're going for, it can really help. I think it's a little bit too warm, so I'm going to pull it up a little bit so you can hear the difference. That sound there is a lot easier to push up in the tracks than that is. It's going to be really annoying to push the first example up without it. So if the sound guy ever tells you, hey, something's a little too annoying, something's a little too bright, there's a lot of high end, pull one of these EQ8s in and just, it's right around, so here's 1,000 hertz. If you just come right in here, maybe around 2,000-3,000 hertz, and put one of these dots in and just pull it down. You can even maybe go a little bit higher, maybe about 4,000. Just take out some of that high end.